Today I'm here with Christina.
Okay, hi, my name is Christina Tran, and I'm 14.
So Christina, how long have you been in it?
I've been in FBLA for 2 years, my 7th grade year and my 8th grade year.
Why didn't you do it in 6th grade?
It wasn't really available to younger kids. It was mainly available to 8th graders, but in 7th grade, it was more available to all grades.
So how did you first get interested in it?
So basically, most of my cousins were in FBLA in high school, and then I found out I had a chapter in middle school, and I decided to join.
What is your position now?
My former position, because our membership year has ended, I was the Georgia FBLA State Secretary for middle school.
What do you have to do in that position? What are the responsibilities?
There was 3 state officers, so our president was Ojis, and our vice president was Nethra, and we didn't really do, we didn't have really, positions. We basically worked on everything together since we're, still younger, and what we did at fall leadership was we had taken over, the whole conference, so none of the high schoolers said anything, but mainly us 3 said everything, and introduced, the workshops and topics, and just everything that what you would expect in a conference. We, host our own workshops throughout the conference. We had a Shark Tank one at fall leadership, and then we had a business one, just, everything in general.
So for you, has FBLA this year in your 8th grade year, has it been different than FBLA in your 7th grade year?
Yeah, it has really been different because I wasn't really with my chapter at conferences. I was mainly more with Monty and Sherry, basically the high school officers, and I hung out with them a lot, and I got to know a lot of things about high school FBLA, and it was really fun.
When you guys travel for your competitions, where do you guys go? Do you just stay in the state, or do you travel out of state and stuff?
Well, for our conferences, we stay in state, but then in the summer in June, there's the National Leadership Conference, which is I think this year is being held in California, Anaheim, California, and last year was held in Florida. And some other places our chapter has traveled. We went to UGA. We had a tour of UGA in November, and that was our fall leadership conference, and that was in Athens. And then our state conference was in Columbus, Georgia.
What has been your biggest accomplishment so far in FBLA?
Definitely becoming a middle school state officer. I was actually so excited, but I was really nervous for everything ahead of me because I wasn't too good at public speaking in front of a bunch of people because my chapter's super small. We had less than 50 members last year, and just changing into public speaking in front of a lot of people, all the middle school chapters in the state was really nerve-wracking.
Did it help face your fear of public speaking?
Yeah, I'm not too nervous for public speaking now. It's just more I have to get started on it first, and then everything else is just fine after.
What are some difficulties you face in FBLA right now?
Right now is so our officers, I'm actually training our new set of officers right now, and they're kind of struggling on public speaking and confidence, and I really help them gain confidence and self-esteem in public speaking, and they've been team bonding a lot, and I think it's really helped them, and they're just not as afraid to speak in front of big crowds anymore as they were to when they first applied.
What are some of the benefits of being in FBLA?
You get to network with a bunch of people all over the state and nationally, and there's a bunch of opportunities as well as community service hours, and it's just really fun in general because you get to bond with other people as well as people in your chapter or even people at conferences. I think you can make pretty lifelong friends because I've met people from my last year in high school, and I've met them so many times, and I'm super close with the high schoolers, and I'm actually really sad that they're graduating and stuff.
What would you say to someone that is interested in joining FBLA?
Okay, so FBLA is a student organization that's run by students, basically. It's mainly done by students and taught by students at the meetings. And any major questions would go to the advisor. And what we do is we go on all these trips. We go to Raleigh, which is our state fair, which is our first event to get everybody hyped up for the whole
Or you can
membership
go to
year.
Six Flags.
Or there's Six Flags too, which is even more fun. And then there's region, which is there's fall leadership, and that's pretty big. It's our biggest one. And last year we did it with the high schoolers, but this year for the next few years, it's probably going to be separate, just middle school. And you can meet a bunch of middle schools your age all over the state and see how their schools are different and all their different perspectives about business, and how basically you'll have the same interests because you guys all decided to join FBLA. And then at region you take a test, and then there's also workshops there, but it's mainly high schoolers depending on your area, and then you test, and then you just place in events, and then if you place, then you can move on to state. And the state is even bigger because there's everybody all over the state. It's just like you'll get to meet the high schoolers, the state officers, of course, which is super fun because they're so like amazing and smart and kind. And yeah, it's just amazing getting to meet new people. And then our like local chapter, there's a bunch of like community service events that you could like come to, and there's just like a bunch of fun events. We did a painting event this year where like it's community service basically, and we painted every like 2 minutes. We would switch to a new person who would paint on a canvas, and then we gave them out to local teachers in our school.